What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rewind Theater for the Deadpool trailer. I'm Greg Miller, alongside the one and only Rich George.
Hi.
Hey, Rich.
Hi.
Rich, you know that I like to walk around the IGN office and beat my chest. Every time a comic book game comes in, I say, this is mine.
Yes, yes.
But, you know, I'm the DC guy.
Yeah,
so
if
Marvel,
it's not Batman or Superman, you're like, I don't know what's happening
who
on
are
the TV.
these people?
Yeah.
So the Deadpool trailer coming out here now. We're gonna go through it, find some of the big things. But for people uneducated, or maybe that only saw the horrible Wolverine movie, who is Deadpool?
You know, I
Who is
completely
this guy
wiped
right
that
here?
movie from my mind until
I'm
you
bringing
brought
it right back.
up.
Ryan Reynolds with Cyclops vision for no reason. There you go.
All right. Well, the real Deadpool is not at all like that.
Yeah.
He's actually, he's a warrior from kind of the same project that created Wolverine, basically. And you know, he has regenerative health capabilities. And over time, they've made Deadpool into sort of this, as you can see from this trailer, this kind of jokester, just completely absurd stuff. Actually, what you'll see throughout this trailer are little like text boxes that pop up next to his head.
That's
actually
happening in his head.
Yeah, it's his inner monologue. Usually, there's a couple voices going on there. The character has actually become, if you can believe it, more and more absurd as time has gone on, becoming usually sort of the jokester to Cable, actually. Those two are usually sort of playing around with each other. So there are, I mean, and a lot of this trailer that we're looking at here and sort of scrubbing around deals with just Deadpool being kind of a goofy, like case in point, character and joking around. There are a couple really cool things, though, that we could highlight for some folks.
Oh, okay. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, just head back towards the early bit of the trailer. When we're looking around in the environments, like if you scrub here, obviously we got some sort of like post-apocalyptic world going on here. But if we play through a little bit more, we're going to see something really, well, actually, stop right here. So in the background there, like my first thinking with all this green stuff going on and sort of the somewhat, you know, kind of looking at the outfit a little bit, I was almost wondering if this was like Madame Hydra or something like that.
Sure.
Problem is the iconography isn't quite right and the symbolism and that sort of stuff. I'll have a theory a little bit later about what's going on with some of these creatures, because a lot of them
spot
are
who that girl is, can you?
yeah,
right
you
there?
can't really. The way they're very clever with their cuts in this trailer makes it a little hard to figure out who's who or if these are any recognizable characters. If you guys are watching, definitely let us know in the comments. Actually,
Sure.
I'd love your guys' help trying to track some of these down. The art style too might just make some of this tricky. But
now there he has the same backpack too, right? As these green things here. He's got the green skull on his back as to match these things.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too. Like I don't recognize that stuff. This is very strange. I'll give you my sort of theory on this a little
Please
bit later.
do, Mr. George.
Yeah. Let's see. If we get a little bit farther into the trailer, though, there are a couple very just key things to point out about the environment. He's just getting angry with that. There, right there. Scrub back slightly, a little bit forward. Where'd it go?
I'm going to play it for a second. You can just talk about it.
There. Yeah. Well, basically, in the background, right there. Background right there. That's a hand. That's a Sentinel hand.
Right.
Probably over to the right. That's probably a giant Sentinel head. You'll see them elsewhere, actually. There are a couple other good shots of them.
Yeah, there's really coming up.
This, you know, is some sort of apocalyptic Days of the Future Past, maybe, environment. I would have no doubt that they do something insane like,
Right there.
there's Sentinel right off to the right there, and we'll get to that dude flying up at the top in a second. You know, maybe it's like Deadpool's gone back in time or forward in time to save Days of the Future Past. I mean, I would not... That's a totally logical plot for something like a Deadpool game.
And if you notice, a second ago, I went over it a few times trying to remind myself, maybe this is a wormhole here. I mean, it could just be particle effects.
Sure.
But it kind of looks like sliders. Maybe he's
Sure.
using that to
I mean,
jump around.
well, I mean, it's not entirely unusual for Deadpool to have that sort of like teleportation you know, sort of ability given to him or provided to him. What are you looking at? You're investigating the text in the far corner there.
Yeah, Gen Block 03 over here. Looks like we have Shockers. Something
Showers.
Shockers 03.
I think that says Showers.
I'm going to say Shockers instead.
All right, well, you go Shockers.
But again,
I'll go
it's an overgrown area, right? It looks like
Yeah.
a lot of time has passed since anyone came through here and kept Shockers in business.
Yep, exactly. Or the Showers.
Or the Showers, whichever. Again, no idea. This guy you think is just nobody?
Yeah, well, let's scrub toward the end where we first spotted that Sentinel, and we had that kind of big guy, that big pasty guy kind of floating down through the heavens. That guy right there. So he gets a little bit closer to us right there. All right, here's my theory. This is my big theory about the entire game.
George.
Hopefully it's right, otherwise I'll be stupid looking. Forehead, you got a little diamond there. You got some trademark little red eyes, and you got a little sort of goatee thing going on there. I have this feeling that a lot of the creatures we're seeing in this trailer are actually genetic constructs from Mr. Sinister. You got the pasty skin, you got the red eyes, you got the diamond in the forehead, you even got the little goatee. All those are very trademark ideas of Mr. Sinister. All of the bad guys I've seen in this trailer have that kind of complexion, that kind of makeup. You know, you were asking me who the guy a little bit earlier was. Looks kind of like that too. They all kind of have this pasty thing going on. I don't know if Sinister is like the entirety of this game.
Same thing
Again,
with the domino eyes.
Yeah, red eyes, black shading around it, pasty skin. Again, you know, maybe, you know, and Sinister is the perfect vehicle for something like this. Genetic constructs. How many of those can you have? You can have infinity of them, so you can blow everything up.
Even the woman here floating has the diamondy eyes.
Exactly, and I mean, like, you know, it's kind of interesting. You know, Deadpool has long ties to X-Force and stuff like that, especially classic interpretations. I don't know, maybe that's Domino. You know, I mean, there's a variety of options. Domino actually has a pasty complexion and dark circles around her eyes typically. So, I mean, obviously it's Cable again.
Making the rewind pretty easy when he just tells us who it is.
Exactly. I mean, so again, you know, that X-Force tie, Cable, you know, and that's where Deadpool first showed up, was back in like 1991. Let me see if I can find the X-Force issue. But I mean, again, it's hard for us to tell exactly what's going on in this trailer.
This headless guy over here mean anything to you in his black outfit, red ties?
You know, the weird thing is that like it could be Sinister related stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, so don't kill me. Deadpool first appeared in New Mutants '98 February.
They've already killed you. They stopped the video.
Yeah, I know. But then subsequently a lot in X-Force. So
what about this woman? Tell me more about her.
She seems to like Deadpool.
Apparently.
And that's about all I got on that one. Anything else anybody wants to observe about that, I'm pretty sure they can by playing the trailer at full speed. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I got going into this. You know, we're definitely looking at Apocalyptic Future, definitely looking at some play with Sentinels. Pretty sure we're looking at some Mr. Sinister involvement and some goofy monologues from Deadpool being kind of a goofball. I swear, like, that thing he's sitting on that chair, I almost swear he's making like a little Wolverine mask out of that or something. I don't even know what's going on there. It's like the...
See, I thought Batman, but you're
and
right
like in the background there, like, looks like, is that like a motorbike or something with a horn on it? I'm not really quite sure.
I think I thought it was a jetpack.
Yeah. Oh, that could work too. Maybe that's it.
You're right. He's on a motor. Maybe that's his time machine.
It'd actually make it a little cooler. Yeah. That's what I got. The end is near. Yeah. I really didn't see much sort of, you know, any sort of clues in the background there, which would have been a shame. You know, it would have been cool to kind of piece this one together. Oh, there you go. There's our like jetpack thing stuff. Yeah. So anyway.
That's it. No, that's it. That's worth pointing out, you know, you're talking about inner monologue and how all these different voices in his head. Nolan North doing the voice here, of course. Nathan Drake, Penguin in Arkham.
Some text in the background there, but form line here. Yeah.
Thanks for
all that text. All that text and no fun. You know, Sentinel in the background there again. Yeah. I'm very curious about this game. I really don't know that much about it. It seems
nobody does. That's the big thing. I think we know it's third person, right? I mean, that's what the gameplay all gives up. It's third person action. It looks like.
Yeah, we just don't know anything really about it other than it exists.
Well, we know it's from High Moon Studios, of course. The people who did the Transformers game, the Bourne game back in the day.
Yeah.
Nolan North doing the voices here. Lots of guns. Like it's. I mean, if it's going to be third-person adventure, which I'm pretty sure it is. I think
it's pretty safe to say.
I don't think it's going to go first-person any second.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see if they keep the sort of pop-up balloons like in the actual game. I mean, obviously that's for stylistic effect for the trailer.
Yeah, to make it
but would you keep that? I hope so, because that's the whole point. Like, if Deadpool is not over the top and eccentric and bizarre, and you know, then I'm just playing a generic third-person action game, and that's not what I want.
I hope they get it. I think
game.
They will. You remember Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions? Remember they had that Deadpool level in there where Nolan North was the voice of Deadpool, and it was real fun. Now, granted, not by High Moon, but they understand the character. When this trailer went up, I mean, even on IGN, I promoted it as, you know, the immature but awesome trailer. And a lot of people got hung up. Other sites talking about how immature it was, and obviously these bouncing breasts and him talking about chimichangas and making a reference here at the end with the banana. That's kind of what Deadpool is, though. I wouldn't expect anything less from Deadpool.
The latest Deadpool series started with Deadpool hunting down zombified former presidents.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Deadpool is... That is what he is. Like, you know, if you weren't to do that, you'd sort of be betraying the character and the license, and then you sort of begs the question, why would you do one at all? You know, why would you do this game at all? So,
do it right or don't do it at all.
Yeah. I mean, you know, go strong or go home. You know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Deadpool is coming up, and as we get more and more information, you can bet your bottom dollar we'll have it here on IGN. Rich, thank you so much.
He's got a little rocket ship.
He does. Well, now I got to go back there now, look for any signs for anything in there.
No, he's just in a rocket ship.
All right.
Probably paid $0.25 for it.
Well,
but
for everything
look
about
how happy he is.
He's very happy. I like you can see it through the mask. He's emoting through the mask. Always trouble.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, for everything cool about comic book video games, keep it here on IGN.